drop that heat.
Alright, so this video is going to come out a little bit later than normal. I was planning on recording earlier today, but obviously I got distracted, so recording is about like 7:30 in the evening. It's going to be 7 o'clock soon, because it's 7:30, or 6:30, I'm sorry. And basically I don't really want to talk on for too long for this episode. Not that nothing happened, like a lot of stuff actually did happen, but I just don't want to like sit here and talk about an episode for too long. So basically what I'm going to try to do is give a brief summary about what happened in the episode and then talk about the parts that I liked and, you know, all that stuff. But really quick, in the beginning of the video, I want to say rest in peace to XXX Tentacion, or however you pronounce his name, because it was confirmed earlier today that he did unfortunately pass away because he was killed by someone just who hated him, and he got shot and he got killed, and apparently he was looking for a motorcycle to buy. So I do want to say rest in peace, because even though I wasn't that big of a fan of his music, I wasn't that big of a fan at all, I will never say that he deserved to lose his life, because no matter, I can be critical about, you know, people's music and their work all I can, because this is the internet. But as a person, you know, he probably shouldn't have lost his life, especially when he was so young at 20 years old. So, yeah, without furthering on too long about that topic, let's go ahead and get into the actual reason why you clicked on the video in the first place, and that's to talk about Persona 5 and the most newest episode. And basically a lot of like plot related stuff with Makoto happens. And the beginning of the episode starts off with Makoto, and she meets Gora Akechi, and basically he's just trying to get more information about the Phantom Thieves. A little bit later on, we actually have a little bit of flashback of Makoto when she was younger, and kind of like the exposition behind why her sister does the stuff that she does, and her father, who unfortunately was killed in action and stuff. So yeah, some stuff happens between her and her sister kind of like freaks out for like no reason at all, which was like it was like a kind of like a what the fuck moment in the episode, and I didn't get why that was the case. Like, maybe she's frustrated about something, maybe she's frustrated for not, you know, capturing the Phantom Thieves or something, or what have you, right? The episode continues on like how it normally does, and where we left off last week, the Phantom Thief of Hearts are currently trying to get to the floating bank that's in Kanashiro's palace, right? And they can't get there. There's physically no way for them to actually get there whatsoever. So they return back, and they're trying to think of a plan to get the hell up there. And then Makoto shows up, and she's kind of eavesdropping, I guess. And it's kind of weird, because it was the same thing in the game, but basically Makoto's character this entire time has just been following along like what the adults have told her to do. You know, even Akechi in the beginning of the episode was like, "Oh, you're just like a good girl who does what what she's told to." I forget what he says, but you know, she's like one of those good girl types that doesn't actually, you know, seem like she'd be helpful in any other way. Right, so she tries to prove that she can be helpful and she can do something, that she's not completely fucking useless. So of course she decides to be risky as fuck and try to, you know, contact Kanashiro. And of course she gets there, and obviously Ren and the others have to follow her because they don't want anything bad to happen to her. Which I don't know how they do it, but somehow the anime makes the bad guys in the episodes that they're featured in like much worse than they already were in the game, right? Which is crazy to me, right? So Kanashiro is basically telling Ren and the others that they owe him like $3 million, right? And the whole like thing with Kanashiro is that he's manipulated and stolen money from, you know, kids and, you know, their families and stuff, and he's made them do some things to be able to pay him back. That I'm not gonna really mention them because it's like kind of graphic, and I don't really like want to mention it because it fucking disgusts me. But Makoto's just basically just she felt like she wanted to be useful, and unfortunately, it ended up putting them in a predicament where they're now fucked, and they have to try to get to this guy's treasure in his palace as soon as possible. So it's then at this point when Morgana actually realizes that maybe they weren't allowed to, or maybe they weren't able to get to the bank that's in Kanashiro's palace because they weren't considered like a customer, quote unquote, right? So now that they basically owe Kanashiro like $3 million, maybe they're actually allowed to go up there. And lo and behold, Makoto and the others, with Ren and everyone, they all go back to Kanashiro's palace, and they're able to get to where the bank is. They get up there, they encounter Kanashiro's shadow. He's like shit talking to Makoto, whatever, and then, of course, she actually, awakens her persona, and her persona is actually really unique, compared to everyone else's persona, because it's actually a literal fucking motorcycle. I don't know why they gave her a motorcycle. They kind of hinted it in the episode of what her persona might be, if you pay attention, but for some reason her persona is like a literal rideable motorcycle that she drives around in, which is kind of hilarious, but kind of badass at the same time. So Makoto, she's like exhausted, and she's basically an official member of the Phantom Thieves now. And of course, it's ironic considering that she was told that she was supposed to go after the Phantom Thieves and find out any and all information that she possibly could. And now she's an official member, and now she can go into the metaverse like everyone else can. And after the credits like roll through, they give her like her official like code name, and it's Queen. And I think no matter what, like the characters in the anime are gonna have these code names, right? But I think no matter what you choose in the video game, it's always gonna be that, like, anyways, which was an odd choice, but I guess it makes sense in retrospect. But whatever. So the episode basically just ends after the credits with, the after credits scene where they're trying to get Makoto a code name and stuff. Someone's at my door. I apologize, but anyways, it's the after credits. They're trying to give Makoto a code name, etc., etc. They're in mementos, and Morgana mentions the fact to her that, yeah, Kanashiro is like the big target, but that doesn't mean the Phantom Thieves can't go after anyone else and try to change their hearts as well in mementos. So that's pretty much the entirety of the episode. It looked really good. Of course, music was top notch. All Persona 5 episodes always have the best music you could possibly hear from any anime/video game, series, of course. The episode was really good. I especially really liked the scene where Makoto unlocked a persona that looked especially good, and I was really surprised. I mean, granted, whenever a character unlocks a persona, the scene looks really good either way, so I'm not really surprised. But yeah, I don't want to dabble on for too long because I just got food and I really want to eat because I haven't eaten anything since earlier this afternoon. So I want to eat, and I gotta get this video out as soon as possible. And whenever you guys see this, that's when you'll see it. Hopefully I can get it out today, and today is Monday, and hopefully I get it out before the end of the day, basically. So anyways, hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, be sure to leave a like, and if you are new, be sure to subscribe for future videos just like this. They're not always going to be similar like this. I just didn't want to sit here and talk for like 15-20 minutes like I always seem to do. I kind of just wanted to get this video out as soon as possible. Not because the episode was bad or anything. I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. It's more exposition for Makoto's character. I just wanted to get it out as soon as possible because I didn't want to procrastinate any more than I already was. Anyways, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'm out. Peace. Rest in peace. XXX Tentacion. I'm out. Peace.